Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Socially Awkward, where the longer you stick around, you'll learn why I named it that. So as you guys can see by the title of today's video, I'm going to be sharing my future sewing makes, or my sewing plans, I should say. I have been off work for the past couple days, and I took that time to cut out some patterns. If you know me, you know that that is the part of the process that I hate the most. So I prefer to batch cut multiple projects at one time and then focus on the sewing later. So I have been batch cutting a bunch of projects. Right now I have 4 here with me. I may share some other patterns that I haven't necessarily cut out yet that I am planning to make. But for today, we're just going to share 4 patterns. So I hope that you guys enjoy. All right, so in no particular order, I'm just going to pick randomly. So this first one that I have is a simplicity pattern. This is Simplicity 9240. I'm going to be making view A, and this pattern is described as unisex raglan pullover shirts. Again, I'm making view A. I'm pretty sure I mentioned on the channel before that I wanted to make a hoodie out of this. Actually, I have a scrap right here. Out of this modal knit fabric that I got from Joann when they were closing. And so I finally cut that out. It has peace signs on it, which is really cute. I think this collection was, or this fabric was part of their Black History Month collection this year, or maybe last year. But anyway, so I knew that I wanted to make a hoodie out of this fabric because it has the soft hand on the back. And I think that it would be perfect for this hoodie. The fabrics that are suggested for this is stretch knits only. And then you can use the contrasting bands as well, the different rib knits. And then if you are making view B, you do need a notion. You need some cord because I don't know if you guys can see, but it has a different type of waistband. And then as I was cutting out this pattern, I didn't realize that view A actually has side seam pockets. So I'm really excited for that. I ended up cutting out the size large since this is a unisex pattern. I anticipated fitting a little like oversized or big, so I didn't want to cut out the XL. This envelope goes from extra small to extra large, so again, I just decided to cut out the large. And I'm going to be making view A. Another note about this pattern is originally I had planned to do a white rib trim or rib knit. I didn't have any rib trim and I didn't want to order any. So I got a white rib knit from Hobby Lobby like a while ago. But when I held it up next to the fabric, it felt like it was too white, whereas the white background in the fabric is more of like an off-white. And so I ended up pulling out an old project. Like I think I made this dress maybe like 4 years ago. And it was when I first started sewing consistently, at least. And I ended up pattern hacking like a basic tank dress. And I never wore that dress. I ended up not really liking it. So that dress was made out of a rib knit. And so I ended up just cutting it. And I have, so this is one of the bands here. So I think this matches the fabric better than that white would have matched. Ideally, I would have liked to have a brown rib knit to match the browns in the pattern, but I think that this is pretty close. So this is what that is going to look like once I make that up. This next pattern that I have is McCall's M8500. This is Mrs. Knit Dress and Jumpsuits. This is a vintage reproduction pattern. I'm planning to make this view right here. I would say that it's probably view C. We can call it that. They're not labeled, but I really want to make this romper. And the fabric that I want to use is this jersey knit that I got from Hobby Lobby over the weekend. I shared it in my previous haul video with you guys, and it's just a bunch of flowers. It's a jersey knit, so it's super stretchy, and I just really love the colors, and I like the watercolor effect as well, and I think this will be fun and flowy for this. The suggested fabrics for this are stretch knits only, such as cotton knits, jersey, lightweight double knits, stretch velour, stretch terry, And then you do need some lightweight fusible interfacing. You do have to interface, there's a front facing and a back facing. So you do interface those pieces. However, when I was cutting out the pattern, they were labeled as optional. So if that's something that you want to skip, you can definitely do that. I ended up cutting out those pieces, so I'll be using the facings on mine. But I don't know, I'm really excited to make this. And let me see if I can pull the line drawings for you guys so you can really see what we're working with. But it has multiple views, and I think this is also reversible as well. So you can, turn the front to the back and vice versa. But I'm really drawn to this romper, and I think it'll be fun to just have something to lounge around in the house with. So looking forward to making that. All right, moving on to the next one. So this next one, you guys saw me cut out a long time ago, like back in August, and I have not gotten around to it. I actually just finally cut out the lining for it. That's how I literally forgot about this pattern, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I still have the same like spark for wanting to make it, but hopefully once I do make it, that will change because it is a really cute pattern and it's super popular. So I kind of want to jump on the bandwagon a little bit. But this is Butterick 6901. This is Mrs. Vest Pants and Shorts. You have definitely seen this pattern before. It's super popular. I want to make the vest view A, and I had cut out the, I guess, shell part of the fabric. I had cut it out originally for when I was going to see Beyonce back in August. I wanted to do a vest and jeans for my outfit, but then you guys saw if you've been subscribed for a while, I ended up making a corset instead. And so I kind of just pushed this pattern to the back burner, and now I'm like, I need to finally make it so that I can at least learn the fit of it, because I do think that it's a really cute pattern. But I had got this fabric from Donna's Things. She has a channel here on YouTube, Miss Donna. She had some fabric that she wanted to get rid of, and I was able to purchase this from her. I'm not sure what this fabric technically is. It's very stiff and it has zero stretch. It's like an army, like fatigue type of print. Um, it's super cute, and so I'm thinking of making the vest outer fabric in this. And then for my lining, I had some leftover stretch suiting from a previous project, and that is going to be my lining. So I'll pull that out. And it is this gray. And again, it's a stretch suiting, so it has a teeny bit of stretch, but yeah, a little bit of stretch. And so this is what we are working with here. So outer part, inner part. And I think that that's going to be super cute. The suggested fabrics for this pattern is gabardine, poplin, denim, crepe, tropical wool, and then lining fabrics for your lining. And then you do need some interfacing. I did not interface my pieces. This fabric is super stiff that I don't want to be struggling with getting it, the needles and like my presser foot and all of that. So I did not interface my vest. I think you're only supposed to interface the front, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't do any interfacing on this project. I just don't know if I truly need it because you guys, this fabric is stiff. So if I were to add interfacing to this, I don't know if I would have the best time with working with it. So I skipped that for now. And then hopefully once I make this pattern, it sparks something in me because it's super cute and it has like minimal pattern pieces. I ended up also cutting out the welt pockets. It does have welt pockets as well, or faux welt pockets. I don't think they're real. And I'm going to give that a try because this is normally something that I would skip, but I want to at least try. I mean, they're faux welt pockets, so like they shouldn't be super high stakes. Plus, this is going to be like a wearable muslin. I probably wouldn't wear this outside of the house anyway, so this is kind of just like a fun little project testing out the fit type of thing. All right, and then the last project that I have is, honestly, I think it's my favorite and the most that I'm looking forward to making, is McCall's M8174. This is Misses and Women's Dresses. and I would like to make view A, but with the sleeves of view C. I love the elastic in the sleeve, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Um, Suggested fabrics for this is two-way stretch knits with a 50% cross grain, jersey, cotton knit, interlock, and then you do need a lining for the bodice, and they are recommending tricot. I think that's how you say that. And this pattern is rated as average as well. I am going to be making the 18W, and I'm kind of nervous about that because women's sizes versus like the straight sizes, I guess, or missus sizes, they're very different. And so I'm wondering if I'm going to have to do a little bit of like taking in for this, but we'll see. I'm super excited. The fabric that I am using is a poly spandex. I've had this in my stash for so long, you guys, like years, like years. I plan to make leggings with it. I'm trying to open it out for you guys. It's black, so it attracts literally everything. It's like lint on it, but it's super stretchy, and it is just a poly span. I got it here locally in Arizona at SAS Fabric in Phoenix, and I'm super excited to try this out. Originally, and you guys might laugh because you know I love my pinks, so I had originally planned to make this pattern. Really, I wanted to make view C, what the model is wearing, the longer version, but I decided to do the length of view A and just kind of extend the length a little bit just because I'm tall, so I knew that I was going to have to do that anyway. But I think I have it. I have been playing around with Bengaling fabric, and immediately when I saw this pattern on the Simplicity site, I was like, I can make this out of Bengaling. But then I got a little scared because if you work with Bengaling before, then you know it's kind of like denim like. And so this pattern being sized for knits made me a little nervous. And so I kind of chickened out. But depending on how this black version comes out, I still might end up using the Bengaline, and I have it here. I'll show you guys. I got it from Fabric Mart, of course, and so with Bengaline, it doesn't have stretch in the like along the cross grain, but along the selvage, it stretches like a knit. So part of me feels like I can do it, but I just got to see like how this fit is with this poly spandex, just to kind of get a feel for like how the dress is going to fit on me. But just know, originally you guys were going to see me make another pink dress for my birthday, but I decided to not do that. I decided to not be boring and do the same pinks over and over again because in my mind I feel like you guys are tired of seeing me make pink things, but pink is my favorite color, so I can't help it. I'm drawn to animal prints, florals, and pinks. But anyway, so I think eventually once I make this dress, and I'm hoping that I can make it quickly so that I can use this fabric because I literally bought this just for this pattern. I'm not sure what I would make otherwise, maybe like a blazer or like some pink pants or something, but I just love this color. It's let me see. I think I still have the sticker on here from Fabric Mart. It is Spanish Carmine Rayon Nylon Lycra Stretch Bengaling Suiting, and it is 58 inches wide. So more than enough for me to cut it along the selvage and make this dress. So let me know what you guys think. Have you ever made anything that called for knits with a woven, and how did that turn out? I'm assuming that you just had to kind of maybe size up. Um, but yeah, this, I think I'm gonna make this dress maybe in like a couple weeks once I make the black one. All right, you guys, well, that is the last project. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Let me know which project you want to see first. I don't know if I plan to record the entire process of each of these projects just because that kind of makes the project a little bit longer. If you do content, then you know what I'm saying. But if there's a specific project that you want to get like a little bit of a behind the scenes on, let me know and I will definitely take that into consideration. Make sure that you like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in my next upload.